Hey, welcome to your first guitar lesson. Now, this is pretty much for beginners. If you've never played guitar before and you have one laying around the house, get it tuned. Your best bet is go and buy a little tuner at any guitar store, music store, and just get it tuned to standard tuning, which is E, A, D, G, B, E, which basically I'm going to explain exactly how it goes. This is the A string. This is, the E string. This is the A string. Next one's the D. Next one's G, B, then the high E. Easiest way to remember it, the way I learned it, is every acid dealer gets busted eventually. Or if you're a kid, every apple dealer gets busted eventually. Alright, now, parts of the guitar. This is the neck, this is the body, the sound hole right in here, this is your bridge, these are your tuners up here, okay? When you hold your guitar, if you're righty, I like to position it on my right leg, kind of open my legs a little bit just to give a little space in between. Now, I'm going to teach you two easy chords, and I want you to practice these chords, okay? You're not going to get them at first. You're going to sound like a complete retard for the first probably week or so until you get these chords down, alright? We're not going to worry too much about strumming. We're mostly going to worry about the chords right now. So, get yourself a guitar pick. They're like a nickel. And let's start with the first chord. What I like to do, I don't know if you can see it in the video, is I put my thumb as a support in the back of the neck of the guitar. That way I can do my chords without, pushing the guitar back or losing my spot. Now, what you want to do, put your thumb flush against the back of the guitar, and you can see how my hand is out here. It's almost going to be, at first it's going to hurt your wrist a little bit, and your fingers. You're almost going to be wrapping your hand all around like this to do a chord. See, when you're doing a guitar chord, you can see here, all the fingers are pretty much going straight up and then straight down on the strings. You don't want to just put your fingers down because that will meet other strings. You see? You need to be basically directly on the strings that I'm going to tell you. The way you get a crisp sound. First chord I'm going to teach you is E. E chord is very easy, very basic, very effective. You're going to put your middle finger on, first of all, these are frets. First fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, sixth fret, and so forth. If you look at if your guitar has buttons on the side, mine does on the side, or even buttons on here, you can memorize the frets. The first button's on the third fret, second button's on the fifth fret, third button's on the seventh fret, and so forth. We're going to go on the second fret, so fret 1, fret 2. We're going to put your middle finger on the second string down, okay? So 1, 2. Put your middle finger right on that. Next comes your ringer. Your ringer is going to go on the next string, so the third string down, right next to the middle finger, so on the second fret. So far you have this. You have middle finger, second fret, second string down, ring finger, second fret, third string down. Now we're going to take our pointer and we're going to put that on the fourth string down on the first fret. Okay, so basically your chord is going to look like that. Alright, my guitar is a little bit out of tune, but anyways. This is the E chord. The next chord I'm going to teach you is the A minor chord, because it's a very easy chord to jump to and from the E chord. Okay, basically you're taking this exact same little positioning that you have, and you're just moving it down one string. So you're doing middle finger on the third string down, second fret, ringer on the fourth string down, second fret, and your pointer on the fifth string down, first fret. In most guitar books, they start counting the strings up. They do first string, second string, third string, fourth, fifth, and sixth. I don't know why it's like that. It's kind of retarded, but the way I count it is downwards because it makes more sense. So, okay, so we're doing the E chord, which is basically middle finger, second fret, second string down, ringer, 2nd fret, 3rd string down, and pointer, 1st fret, 4th string down. Alright, so we're going from E minor, and then we move this entire positioning exactly 1 string down, A minor. Okay, those are the first 2 chords you're going to start with. So don't worry about the strumming too much. For now, I want you to do just the basic strumming, which is just downstroke. So down, 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 down. After the 4th, shift to the A minor, which is we move it down 1 string. Down, 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 down. Now this part's probably going to be a little bit harder for you than going down to the A minor. It's going back up to the E. So I want you to practice this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At first, when you do it, it's probably going to sound like this. Don't worry. Just keep. All I want you to practice on is your fingers up here, making the chords. All right. Make sure that no string is muted. Basically, the bottom part of your finger, the opposite end of your nail, like a little finger fat part there, that's usually what's responsible for muting strings. So make sure that you're only pushing down on the strings that belong to the chord. Okay? If you hear like a little muting sound, like that means that one of your fingers is probably laying lazy there and muting it. So make sure that you bring it up. That way you get the crisp sound. All right? So practice those 2 chords. I'm going to throw up another lesson probably in a couple days. But if you are doing this little internet lesson thing, leave me a comment on this video so I know people are actually looking at it, they're actually using it, and I'll get a couple more up soon. So have fun with it. Don't get stressed out. Your finger's going to hurt. You're going to sound like an idiot. You're going to feel like an idiot. Just keep at it. That's the only way you're going to end up playing guitar. I never took lessons. I kind of taught myself. Started when I was 16, just bought a guitar and started watching MTV and going to concerts and watching how their fingers went and everything. And you know, if you want to actually take it a step further, go to any store that sells posters, like a music store, they usually have them, or even a Walmart. Get yourself a chord chart, which is a big poster with a bunch of chords. And just figure them out. Just play around with them, you know. Every week try to throw in a different chord in the mix, try to learn something differently, and we'll get to them eventually in this lesson. So remember, for now, don't worry about the strumming, just do a down strum. But I want you to be able to do this. If you can do that without any pauses in between the chords, without losing your place, if you can hop back and forth, then you're ready for lesson 2. Alright? Practice, practice, practice.